Hello dear students, welcome to this class of BA Part First English Literature, and as you all have requested, we are again going to discuss the play Merchant of Venice, and today we will discuss the plot overview. That is, what is the plot of this play, The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. The play, as you all know, is set in Italy, and the play opens with Antonio, who is a merchant, a Venetian merchant, and complains to his friend of the ship which are on sale, and he then says that one of his friend, Bassanio, he is in need of some money because he wants to go to Belmont to marry Portia, a wealthy heiress who lives in the city of Belmont. So Portia lives in Belmont, and this action, the play opens with the action in Venice. So in this 5-act play, dear students, the play shifts on between Venice and Belmont. So again we find that Shakespeare, he doesn't observe the unity of place nor the unity of time, and also we see in this play that the action of the play, it takes place at several places. So this is very important because Shakespeare, he defies the three unities. So Bassanio, he asks for some money, and he comes to his friend Antonio for a loan in order to travel to Portia, of course in style, because he is one of the suitor to Portia. Antonio agrees, but he says that, my dear friend, my ships, they have not arrived yet, and I don't have ready money for disposal. So you can ask someone else for the money because my ships are still at sea. Antonio suggests Bassanio to secure a loan from some city moneylenders, but they argue that all these moneylenders, they will charge a very high rate. But Antonio says that I will write a bond as a guarantor and you take money because my ships have not yet arrived. So with this opening scene, the play opens, and then it shifts to Belmont, where Portia, she is expressing some sort of grief over the terms of her father's will, uh, which says that she must marry a man who correctly chooses one of the three caskets. So this was a plan of marriage which was laid down by Portia's father, that the one who chooses the right casket will marry the beautiful Portia. So this is discussed by Portia and Nerissa, and in Venice, Antonio and Bassanio, they approach Shylock, who is a Jewish moneylender, and they request for a loan. Shylock, he has some grudge against Antonio, and he accuses Antonio of making the Jews suffer. So this man, Shylock, he charges higher rates of interest, and the practice of this loaning of money at exorbitant rates of interest is the bone of contention between Antonio and Shylock, the merchant, the Jewish merchant, the Jew. So ultimately they arrive at a agreement, and this man, Shylock, he says that if Antonio signs a bond, I will hand over the money to Bassanio. Antonio, he agrees to sign the bond, and he signs the bond that if Bassanio fails to return the money in 3 months, then I will, as a guarantor, pay the money, or according to the bond, Shylock is permitted to take out a pound of flesh from my body. So this is the bond. The bond story is of course a unique one, as Antonio agrees, and Shylock, he is very happy that ultimately he has made Antonio, he has bound Antonio. The actual word, appropriate word would be that he has bound Antonio to sign the bond. So the action keeps on moving from Venice to Belmont, and in Belmont, the suitors who are there, the Prince of Aragon, he also chooses the wrong casket, and ultimately it was Bassanio who chooses the correct casket, which is made of lead. So the three caskets made of gold, silver, and lead are placed, and Bassanio, he chooses the right casket, and the right casket is made of lead. So he and Portia, they rejoice, and now Portia gives Bassanio a ring as a token of love, and he asks Bassanio to swear that he will not part with this ring, which will ultimately unfold in the court scene, after the court scene is over. So this play, the action takes on, and now the bond is forfeited. The merchant Antonio stands in court, and there Shylock, he says that as my bond has been forfeited, I would like to extract a pound of flesh from the part of body of Antonio at the part which I think is proper. So there Portia turns out as a counsel, as a young advocate for Antonio, and she logically defies all the arguments given by Shylock. And Shylock praises her wisdom at an initial stage, and ultimately Portia says that he can extract a pound of flesh from Antonio's body, but not a single drop of Christian blood should fall on the ground. And by this logic, Shylock is trapped, and Shylock hastily agrees to take Bassanio's money instead of a pound of flesh. But Portia insists that Shylock take his bond as written or nothing at all. So he is again helpless in front of Portia's logic, and the court pronounced that this man Shylock, he is guilty of conspiring against the life of a Venetian citizen, which means he must turn over half of his property to the state and the other half to Antonio. The Duke, he spares Shylock's life, who is also the judge. He spares Shylock's life and takes a fine instead of Shylock's property. Antonio also forgoes his half of Shylock's wealth, and Shylock is put to two conditions. First, Shylock must convert to Christianity. Now, this is very important. Shylock must convert to Christianity, and the second one is he must will the entirety of his estate to Lorenzo and Jessica. Jessica, as you all know, is Shylock's daughter. Shylock agrees to this, and he takes his leave. So the court scene, it ends here, and now Bassanio, who has not recognized Portia yet, who is in disguise of a young advocate, this episode turns out to be a comic one, and Portia asks for the ring as fee from Bassanio. And Bassanio, he says that I will not part with this ring because this is a gift from my beloved. Portia insists, and ultimately Bassanio agrees to part with the ring. Now, when Portia is in his original guise, she asks Bosani, where is the ring? Bosani says that I have given it as a fee to the young advocate, and I'm sorry for that. And ultimately, the suspense is revealed by Portia, and the play ends on this comic note. Dear friends, I hope you have understood the overall overview of this drama, overview of the plot, how the action takes place, and how it ends. In another video, we'll talk about the important characters of this play. Thank you very much.